5 seconds to go. Start. I am pleased to note that the series of IB Centenary Endowment lectures has become a very meaningful event. I commend Director Intelligence Bureau and his team for taking forward this lecture series. I express my deep appreciation for the exceptional contribution made by Intelligence Bureau to internal security of our country. Team IB works tirelessly amidst very complex challenges. Most importantly, its accomplishments are not visible. In other words, IB is an agency of invisible heroes. IB came into existence on December 23, 1987. The competence and expertise of the organization were effectively repurposed for ensuring internal security after independence. It is a matter of pride that after independence, IB has been playing a stellar role in providing security to the people of India and assuring unity and integrity of the nation. It gives me great satisfaction that during the last decade, our security agencies like IB have neutralized numerous threats within the country and they have demonstrated dominance over the forces that threaten national security. The Union Minister for Home Affairs, Shri Amit Shah ji, has led institutions working for national security with absolute clarity of vision and purpose. I take this opportunity to praise him and his competent teams for their achievements. Internal security has enabled our people and the nation to march ahead with greater energy and speed on several pathways of growth and development. As a result, India has emerged as one of the fastest growing major economies and is poised to become the third largest economy in the near future. Ladies and gentlemen, the theme for this lecture, People-centric National Security, Community Participation in Building Viksit Bharat, is of immediate as well as long-term significance for our country. All institutions concerned, including IB, have to spread the awareness among our people that national security is a responsibility of every citizen. Alert citizens can provide formidable support to the efforts of government agencies engaged in national security. When organized as communities, our citizens can achieve great synergy and support government's initiatives for national security. Our Constitution enumerates fundamental duties of citizens. Many of these duties relate to wider dimensions of national security. Students, teachers, media, resident welfare associations, civil society organizations, and several other communities can propagate these duties. I will mention some of them. Our Constitution lays down that it shall be the duty of every citizen of India to abide by the Constitution and respect its ideals and institutions, the national flag and the national anthem, to uphold and protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India, to defend the country and render national service when called upon to do so, to safeguard public property and to abjure violence, adherence to fundamental duties by citizens individually and collectively can strengthen different dimensions of national security. Ladies and gentlemen, community participation strengthens national security. There are numerous examples of alert citizens helping professional forces with their inputs in averting security crises. An expanded meaning and strategy of national security places people at the center. People need not be passive observers of what happens around them. They should become alert and active partners in the security of their own surroundings and also of regions beyond it. Jan Bhagidari is the cornerstone of people centric security. Due to legacy burden carried over from the pre independence period, some people may feel a sense of distance with respect to government servants in general and police forces in particular. In developed societies and countries, people generally look at police personnel as a friendly person who can be trusted for help. Our civil police and internal security agencies have to work with the spirit of serving the people. This spirit of service will build trust among the people. This trust is a precondition of developing people centric national security strategy in which community participation will be a key element. Ladies and gentlemen, India has been facing multi-dimensional security challenges and threats. Tensions in the border areas, terrorism and militancy, insurgency and communal radicalization have been traditional areas of security concern. In recent years, cyber crimes have emerged as a substantial security threat. Our internal security scenario is also affected by international developments. The world is witnessing geopolitical tensions, economic volatility, and trade disruptions. These phenomena also have implications for internal security. Many of our security threats are unique to our national context. In such situations, our solutions must be tailored to address our specific concerns. Community engagement holds the key to resolving such situations. Lack of security in any part of the country has economic impacts that go beyond the affected area. Security is among key drivers of economic investment and growth. We can say that building Surakshit Bharat is necessary for building Samridh Bharat. Ladies and gentlemen, I must congratulate the security agencies for their determination to eradicate left wing extremism by March 31st, 2026. Earlier, left wing extremism was acknowledged as the biggest internal security challenge. Left wing extremism is now close to total eradication. In 2014, as many as 126 districts were Naxal affected. Now, only 11 districts remain affected. Today, only 3 districts remain in the category of most affected districts. Intensive action by forces and agencies engaged in the sphere of internal security has been a key element behind the near eradication of left wing extremism. However, a holistic approach was adopted to win the trust of the communities through several initiatives. Promoting socio-economic inclusion in tribal and remote areas has proved effective against exploitation of the people by left-wing extremists and insurgent groups. Incentives for rehabilitation of those who surrendered encouraged their return to the mainstream. Financial inclusion through intensified banking services in the affected districts inspired confidence among the people. Several Eklavya model residential schools were made operational in affected areas. This educational facility filled the children and guardians with new hope. Skill development initiatives in many affected districts attracted the youth. Due to such positive initiatives, the young population has lost interest in getting recruited for Naxal activities. The government has been driving specific initiatives to engage different segments of tribal communities, especially tribal women, in the affected areas. Encouragement was given to community led social, cultural, and educational programs. Employment opportunities were generated through implementation of government schemes. The recently organized Bastar Olympics 2025 have showcased the positive transformation brought about in the affected areas. Nearly 4 lakh players participated in the games. Our daughters outnumbered the boys. The participants included more than 700 youths who have now left the path of Naxalism. We can say that in Bastar, the slogan Lal Salam has now been replaced by the patriotic slogan of Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Such measures of community engagement will not only help eradicate left wing extremism but will also prevent against regression. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat. Stop.